All right, welcome everybody to it's Whole Foods. Yeah, I know. Why are you at Whole Foods? And why are we talking about wine at Whole Foods? Why are we talking to Drew Bledsoe about wine at Whole Foods? So this is pretty cool. I mean, the connection, Whole Foods and wine. It sounds, well, what is it supposed to do?
Well, you know what, wine's good for you.
It
in
is.
moderation,
I've heard
of course.
that.
In moderation,
I got
of
it.
course, right? And Whole Foods, you know, people come here to eat healthy and
organic.
So it's kind of a match made in heaven. We love it.
It is a match made in heaven.
Plus, it's just so fun to come back and have this excuse to reconnect with, you know, old fans here in New England. It really feels like a homecoming.
You were here, he was here for about an hour and a half signing, well listen, okay, signing these.
Yeah.
I bought these, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not saying.
Oh, good,
I just
good.
want you to know. Microphone. So tell me what I bought.
So what you bought here, this is our 2013 double-back Cabernet from the Walla Walla Valley. This wine comes about 70% from our estate vineyards that we planted, one of them back in 07. The blend in the 13 is 90% Cabernet, a little bit of Petit Verdot, and a little bit of Malbec in the blend. And we sit there, my wife and I sit there, and we with our winemaker, and we taste through the different blends until we find the one we like the best, and that's what goes into the bottle.
How did you know so much about this?
I didn't. You know, you'll appreciate. There was a Parcells quote from way back in the day when I was a rookie, and he said to me, he goes, "Bledsoe, you don't even know what you don't know." and that was very much the case when I got into wine. I knew I really enjoyed wine, and I liked everything about the process, but there was a whole bunch of it that I didn't even know I was supposed to learn. And so it's been a great education, and I've been able to steal an education from some good friends in the business, and ultimately it's become a successful project for us.
How about this bottle of wine? Tell me
So the
about
bottle,
that.
so this one. So every year when we do the blending trials on Doubleback, we do that completely blind, and there's a certain amount of wine that just doesn't quite make the cut. Still really good wine. I mean, everything we make, it's Walla Walla fruit. It gets we use
So this is Taxi Squad,
French
was that
oak.
what you're telling me?
Yeah, this is kind of the Taxi Squad. Exactly. It's the and it is exactly what it says on the bottle. It's our family wine. It's what we would drink around the house. It's priced lower, it's more accessible to more people.
What about the Stolen Horse, which I love the name?
So the Stolen Horse is a Syrah, and we were getting ready to try and make some, there's a long backstory to it, but we're going to make some Syrah, and I had to twist my winemaker's arm to like, hey, make some Syrah. He goes, I don't want to make any Syrah. Like, all right, well, either you make the Syrah, or I'm going to get somebody else to make it, right? So he caved and made it for us. The name comes from, it's an old family story. On my mom's side of the family, they're from Montana, and there was a snowstorm. Her great uncle was out in the snowstorm. He found this pony stuck in a snowdrift, picked it up, and went to take it in and put it in the barn. And when he did, the owner of the pony confronted him and shot him, because horse thieving was a shooting offense, if you will, right? And little did he know, he was just trying to save the horse's life, but the guy gunned him down. Has nothing to do with wine. I just thought it was kind of a cool family story.
Parcells was right. You don't know what you don't know.
I don't know what I don't know. Yeah.
It's all pretty cool, and the things that you probably don't remember, people come up to you all the time. I remember when you first walked into the station, you had a Red Sox hat on, and your wife Maura, which was your girlfriend at that time, when you first got there.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. And the other thing I knew when I was going to have a chance to sit down and talk to you, that I go right back, it was almost the last time when I had a chance to talk with you was on the field in New Orleans, after the Super Bowl win, and I said to you, you're the best quarterback this franchise ever had. Now, you may not remember that, but I did, and meant it, and it was, at the time, really true.
Thank you.
And the last touchdown pass in Pittsburgh, etched in my mind.
It was a magical time to be here, honestly, and you never know what life's going to throw at you. But to be here for 9 years and to be a part of those teams that took the Patriots from being pretty awful to being pretty relevant was a pretty special time. And then obviously they've gone on from there to become the best franchise in all of American professional sports. But to be here at the time when we really made that radical change with, the Bruce Armstrongs and Andre Tippett, and Ben Coates and Curtis Martin and Dave Meggett and on down the list, a bunch of great players that made a cultural change with the organization, obviously under the guidance of Mr. Kraft, but it was a neat thing to be a part of.
Internet's great for buying vehicles, right? You get all the up-to-date pricing, details out the wazoo, and you can read hundreds of reviews about a dealership so you know just what you're in for. That's good for us too, because at banks, a lot of old-fashioned elbow grease is how we make sure to stay #1 in the modern world. Google us, and you'll find ratings and reviews that are tough to match by any dealership anywhere.
Lease a 2016 Chevy Silverado 1500 Double Cab LS for only $289 down and $289 per month for 39 months. Bank, Chevrolet, Cadillac, Buick, GMC.
You don't know how hair loss feels until it happens to you.
If you're struggling with hair loss, there is hope. With the amazing solutions at Hair Club, you can go from this to this.
That was the old me, and now I feel great.
Hair Club is a trusted authority on proven hair loss solutions. So call to speak with our hair loss experts to discover the solution that's right for you.
I absolutely love my hair.
I felt that it was going to be good. I just didn't know it was going to be that good.
And Hair Club's proven and tested solutions are backed by our 100% commitment to satisfaction guarantee. For details and conditions, call or go online.
If you're not happy with the way you look, call Hair Club. It might be the best call you'll ever make.
Call within the next 5 minutes to receive your free information kit and reserve your free diagnostic analysis, which will help us determine which solution is right for you. And if you act now, you'll receive $250 off any hair loss solution. Hair Club, old proven hair loss solutions. Call or go online now.
Why are people from around the country who suffer from back pain, neck pain, or brain disorders traveling to New Hampshire? To be treated by the world-renowned team of doctors at New Hampshire Neurospine Institute using today's cutting-edge technology. For your convenience, we offer many additional services on site to save you time. And with more locations, we are now providing our advanced care at hospitals throughout New Hampshire. Call 603-472-8888 or learn more at nhneurospine.com. New Hampshire Neurospine Institute. World-class care right here in New Hampshire.
In New Hampshire, there is help for anyone who's been injured in an accident caused by someone else. The trusted attorneys at Craig & Gatsoulis understand the importance of personal attention to every case. It starts with trust and experience. At Craig & Gatsoulis, you will find both.
It is our mission that each and every client gets the time, effort, and attention he or she deserves.
The main thing that we can promise is our experience, our competence, and hard work.
Longtime prosecutors now working for you. Online at cglawnh.com.
It was a transcendent time.
It was.
For sure. Nobody, I talked to a lot of other sports writers around at the time, nobody could have handled it better than you did. And nobody, I think, really appreciates how difficult that must have been.
That last season was pretty hard. But ultimately, two things about it. Number one, if you're so fortunate that you get to play a professional sport for a living, then you've already kind of won the lottery, and you don't really get to complain about life being fair or unfair to you. And I've always had that perspective. It was a great privilege to play a game for a living. But then the other part, and this is true in business and life, it's true in high school football, it's true in professional football. It takes an entire team to have a positive culture. It takes all of them to have a positive culture, but one guy can tear it down. And
you were in that position had you chosen to go that way.
And I certainly was not going to be that guy. I was not going to be the guy that was going to tear it down for selfish reasons. And ultimately, because you have choices in life, and because I chose to handle it that way, now when I come back here, I feel like I'm everybody's friend.
People couldn't be happier for you because they feel like you made the sacrifice.
Yeah, exactly. And
I know people love the fact that you're doing something that you feel passionate about.
And I really sense that when I come out here, and it's a different kind of feeling too than it was when I was playing. When I was playing, it was like, okay, here comes the quarterback, we're gonna get an autograph, whatever. Now I kind of feel like everybody feels like I'm their friend, and it's a really comforting thing. And I'll walk down the street and somebody will say, "Hey, Drew, hey, good to see you, man."
You know what?
And that's
most pro athletes don't have that luxury.
It's pretty cool. it's a neat luxury, and I don't take it for granted, and it makes it really feel great when I get to come back out here.
You know, they're even, again, back to how well you handle it. Yeah. Even the scene where Tom pounded you on the shoulder pads, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
And he said, "We won," and it's like, you know what? Whatever body language is, it didn't escape me. But in any way, there's no way you could have handled it any better than that.
You know, it was.
Like, leave me alone, Tom. I know what we did.
Yeah, like I know what we did, man. And just give me a moment to digest all of this, because it was.
Totally.
Yeah, I mean, it was the very, very definition of bittersweet.
Totally.
Because I was
you
so
could
happy.
see it in that one moment.
I was so happy for my team and my teammates, and I was proud to be a captain of that team.
But you would not have been there if you don't throw that pass in Pittsburgh, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
so there we go.
All of that stuff, and it was great. But it was, you know, while I'm so happy for everything that's happening on the field, I'm also sitting there with a broken heart because I had to sit there and watch it on the sideline.
Yeah.
So it was the very definition of bittersweet.
It's hard for people to understand. It's hard for me to comprehend that, but it gives me chills. Did you know how good that kid was going to be?
No. I think the only one that imagined he was going to be this good was probably him. You know, I mean, I think you talk to Tommy, and I think he kind of always, you know, had in his mind that he was going to be one of the greatest ever. But outside of him, you know, outside of Tom, I don't think anybody guessed that he was going to be that. You know, but I think his legacy to me has to do with a lot more than just, you know, numbers and you know, what he's done throwing the football in the field. He's been such a tremendous leader for the organization, and it's made it very easy for me to cheer for the guy that took my job, because he's handled everything with such class and such dignity, and really, in my mind, done everything right. And because of that, you know, the organization has been able to go on to really very, very, and I think as we go forward, the success the Patriots have had will become more and more unique, because the NFL is not set up to be good year in and year out. No. It's really not.
Well, let's not forget where he learned how to play.
I taught him everything he knows, man.
I mean,
there's no question. I taught him everything he knows.
Let's not
don't you forget that, Tom.
Right.
No, but he, well, and Tom, you know, there's so many things that he's done right, but when he was, those first couple years when he was here with me, he was a sponge. I mean, he would sit right in, you know, he'd get right in my hip pocket and would try to soak up everything he could, and he was paying attention. And obviously, I overshared. I gave him too much information.
You know, shame on you.
Yeah, exactly, man. I taught him too well.
How to make wine instead of play football.
No doubt, right? I hope he doesn't start making wine, man. I don't want him to do that.
Right.
But no, he really worked his butt off for everything that he's gotten, and so I respect that, but yeah, nobody saw this coming.
In New Hampshire, there is help for anyone who's been injured in an accident caused by someone else. The trusted attorneys at Craig & Gatsoulis understand the importance of personal attention to every case. It starts with trust and experience. At Craig & Gatsoulis, you will find both.
It is our mission that each and every client gets the time, effort, and attention he or she deserves.
The main thing that we can promise is our experience, our competence, and hard work.
Longtime prosecutors now working for you. Online at cglawnh.com.
If you're struggling with hair loss, there is hope. With the amazing solutions at Hair Club, you can go from this to this.
That was the old me, and now I feel great.
Hair Club is a trusted authority on proven hair loss solutions. So call to speak with our hair loss experts to discover the solution that's right for you.
I absolutely love my hair.
I felt that it was going to be good. I just didn't know it was going to be that good.
And Hair Club's proven and tested solutions are backed by our 100% commitment to satisfaction guarantee. For details and conditions, call or go online.
If you're not happy with the way you look, call Hair Club. It might be the best call you'll ever make.
Call within the next 5 minutes to receive your free information kit and reserve your free diagnostic analysis, which will help us determine which solution is right for you. And if you act now, you'll receive $250 off any hair loss solution. Hair Club, old proven hair loss solutions. Call or go online now.
Internet's great for buying vehicles, right? You get all the up-to-date pricing, details out the wazoo, and you can read hundreds of reviews about a dealership so you know just what you're in for. That's good for us too, because at banks, a lot of old-fashioned elbow grease is how we make sure to stay number one in the modern world. Google us, and you'll find ratings and reviews that are tough to match by any dealership anywhere.
Lease a 2016 Chevy Silverado 1500 Double Cab LS for only $289 down and $289 per month for 39 months. Bank, Chevrolet, Cadillac, Buick, GMC.
Why are people from around the country who suffer from back pain, neck pain, or brain disorders traveling to New Hampshire? To be treated by the world-renowned team of doctors at New Hampshire Neurospine Institute using today's cutting-edge technology. For your convenience, we offer many additional services on site to save you time. And with more locations, we are now providing our advanced care at hospitals throughout New Hampshire. Call 603-472-8888 or learn more at nhneurospine.com. New Hampshire Neurospine Institute. World-class care right here in New Hampshire.
Just talk quickly a little bit about the relationship between the coach and the quarterback. A lot of it's been made about Belichick and Tom, about you and Parcells.
Right.
Sometimes there's great magic there. Sometimes there's not so great magic there.
Right.
Have you ever thought? Well, you had to think and fantasize about playing for Belichick. I mean,
Well,
maybe not.
so let's not forget now. But you know, when he got here, I'd been having to compete against him for a bunch of years.
Yes.
And so that was the thing I was most excited about when he took the job here, is I didn't have to play against those defenses anymore. And then unfortunately I get shipped off to Buffalo, so now I got to do it again. Yeah, I mean what he's been able to do with that organization, and obviously everything starts at the very top. You know, you look at the NFL franchises. There's some that are just consistently not very competitive, and if you don't have really good leadership at the very top with great ownership, then you're just never going to get all the way, you know, to the top. But then you got a great head coach and you know, probably one of the all-time best and a damn good quarterback.
I don't know. The guy you had was kind of a lot of fun too, and he knew it.
Oh, Parcells was a lot of fun as long as he wasn't yelling at you. It was pretty funny. But if he's yelling at you, he wasn't much fun.
I remember he told Diassi once. In fact, Matt Barr was. Diassi came up to him and said, I think he's got the flu. The kicker said, well, tell him to get sick on his own time. Stuff, you know, that's typical.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. No, I think the worst Parcells story that I saw was I think it was Bruce Walker, who was a big defensive lineman for us. Might not have been Bruce, but it was one of those big defensive linemen who cut a bunch of weight when he got to training camp. He had to make weight, so he was dehydrated. We ran the conditioning test, and he didn't make it, but when he finished up the conditioning test, he passed out. Like collapsed on the field, and so the trainers are over there and they're putting ice on him and trying to fan him and trying to wake him up, and Parcells walks over and says, hey, when he wakes up, tell him he's cut. That's how he found out that he wasn't on the team anymore. So he was pretty cutthroat, there's no doubt.
Listen, a guy that's played the game, well, as long as you have, and taking the hits you have, has to be somewhat concerned about all the things that are happening now in the game and the way it's going. I mean, right now, it's taken some black eyes.
Yeah.
More than that.
Yeah, I think well, let's start with the positives. Okay, so the steps that the NFL has taken to try to make the game safer are really having an impact. And I know that some of the defensive players don't like the way the game is played now. You know, you can't. You know, everybody's so well protected. You can't hit guys. You can't hit quarterback. Can't hit guys downfield. But the steps that they've taken have made the game a lot safer, and that has found its way all the way down to the very lowest levels of football. You know, I've been coaching high school football now for the last 4 years with my kids, and
so people say, "You going to let your son play football?"
Yeah, no, I've watched him play, and the game at the high school level has gotten much safer. They've taken a lot of the really violent hits out of the game, which is great, because you know, I'm a dad first. You know, I don't want my kids hurt out there. But you know, the other side of it, and I think this is really important with the game of football, the benefits that players derive from being a part of a high school football team are things that will carry with them throughout the rest of their lives. I rely on things I learned in football every single day, and you know, shockingly very little on things that I learned in a formal way. So I think the benefits that if the game is treated the right way.
And you're surrounded by quality people.
Surrounded by quality people, and you're learning lessons the lessons that should be taught through football. The benefits to me far outweigh the risks. And let's face it, you know, if my kids weren't playing football, they'd be doing something dangerous. You know, you're not going to wrap them in bubble tape and put them in the closet.
Amen.
You know, so they'd be on a bike or they'd be on skis or they'd be doing something. Or
stealing ponies or something.
Or stealing ponies,
Yeah.
or you know, God forbid, just getting in the car and driving around. So it's you know, is it a dangerous game? Yeah, it does have its dangers, but I think it's gotten a lot safer, and I think the rewards far outweigh the risks.
You must have had opportunities to get into a booth, broadcast booth. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
What's the temptation there? Too much fun making wine?
It's
Too much fun drinking it?
It's too much fun making wine, and in order to do that, I'd have to be gone when my kids were doing all their stuff, you know, and you know, those guys that go cover the game, if they do it the right way, they're leaving on Wednesday or Thursday and not back till Sunday, and I'd miss everything. And you know, when I retired, one of the reasons that I chose to retire was because I wanted to watch these kids grow up, and I've really enjoyed that, and I feel so blessed to have had the freedom, you know, to be there and watch those guys do that stuff.
What about them and you? What about them watching you? Do you feel like, how do they grasp that? Do you have to show them videotape? Here was your old man making a touchdown pass.
You know, yeah.
Here's your old man scrambling. Nobody could run like I could.
Yeah, nobody could run like I could. We'll put it in fast forward, and I'm making me look really fast. But no, they do. They have a concept now of what that meant. I don't know that they did, because when I retired, you know, 10 years ago, I think Stu was what, 7 or 8. John was, you know, 6, and Henry was little, and so they had some comprehension that it was different than most jobs, but I'm not sure that they fully understood it at that time. They just thought it was cool. They could sit up in the box and, you know, play video games while Dad was down there, and then we got to go play catch on the field after the game. That's what they liked. But they have a comprehension now of what that meant, and every once in a while we'll pull out some you know, some old stuff on YouTube or something like that, and they'll
cool.
dig into it. Yeah.
You don't know how hair loss feels until it happens to you.
If you're struggling with hair loss, there is hope. With the amazing solutions at Hair Club, you can go from this to this.
That was the old me, and now I feel great.
Hair Club is a trusted authority on proven hair loss solutions. So call to speak with our hair loss experts to discover the solution that's right for you.
I absolutely love my hair.
I felt that it was going to be good. I just didn't know it was going to be that good.
And Hair Club's proven and tested solutions are backed by our 100% commitment to satisfaction guarantee. For details and conditions, call or go online.
If you're not happy with the way you look, call Hair Club. It might be the best call you'll ever make.
Call within the next 5 minutes to receive your free information kit and reserve your free diagnostic analysis, which will help us determine which solution is right for you. And if you act now, you'll receive $250 off any hair loss solution. Hair Club, old proven hair loss solutions. Call or go online now.
Why are people from around the country who suffer from back pain, neck pain, or brain disorders traveling to New Hampshire? To be treated by the world-renowned team of doctors at New Hampshire Neurospine Institute using today's cutting-edge technology. For your convenience, we offer many additional services on site to save you time. And with more locations, we are now providing our advanced care at hospitals throughout New Hampshire. Call 603-472-8888 or learn more at nhneurospine.com. New Hampshire Neurospine Institute. World-class care right here in New Hampshire.
Internet's great for buying vehicles, right? You get all the up-to-date pricing, details out the wazoo, and you can read hundreds of reviews about a dealership so you know just what you're in for. That's good for us too, because at banks, a lot of old-fashioned elbow grease is how we make sure to stay #1 in the modern world. Google us, and you'll find ratings and reviews that are tough to match by any dealership anywhere.
Lease a 2016 Chevy Silverado 1500 Double Cab LS for only $289 down and $289 per month for 39 months. Bank, Chevrolet, Cadillac, Buick, GMC.
Quickly, I'll end by getting back to the wine. It was all Napa Valley, then Oregon. Who knew that Washington was a fertile valley for making wine?
Yeah, it's pretty neat. It's, you know, when I was growing up in Walla Walla, we were famous for a few things. We had a funny name, right?
Okay.
We had a penitentiary. Matter of fact, the first hanging in the United States in something like 90 years occurred in Walla Walla on the day I got drafted.
That's a lot of fun. Oh, really?
Yeah, right?
Okay.
And then we had onions. We had sweet onions. So Vidalia, Georgia, and Walla Walla had sweet onions. So
Wow, that's
none of those things were very cool, right? I mean, you know, it was, but now we've got wine, and it turns out that our little valley has grown some of the best wine grapes in the entire world. And we've got a lot of friends that are making great wine out there, and we're it's pretty exciting to go back home to my little hometown and start a business and make a product that we think will compete with anybody in the world.
This warming climate good for the wine business?
Warming climate.
This is not a political statement.
Yeah, no, not at all. Whether we're causing it or whether it's just happening natural, I'll let somebody else debate that. But it is getting warmer, and as that happens, it's better for northern climates, which is where we are. You know, in California, it's getting warmer and warmer, and they've got less and less water, and so it becomes a little bit more of a problem there. You know, the wine grapes will be the last ones to get affected. It really doesn't take very much water to grow wine grapes. It's a pretty efficient
you really are become
process.
some kind of an agronomist here. I mean, it's like
really. I've got enough BS up here that I can fake it to a certain level until you dig down about 3 layers, which I won't let you do.
No, how could I go down there?
Right.
I'm just asking you about the quality of wine. Okay, what did I miss here? This is the same as this.
Yeah, that's just a bigger bottle of that one. But I think the thing that people should know about what's happening in Washington is the profile of the wine is a little bit different than the big Napa wines they're used to. It's not so, the alcohol is not so high. It's not so extracted. It's not just this massive wine. It's actually got some elegance and some finesse to it. It's still Cabernet. It's big wine, but it's something. My wife accuses me of pandering when I say this, but it's actually the truth. We try to make a Cabernet that females enjoy, and when I say that, females have a better palate than men, and obviously smarter and all of those things. But females have more taste buds than men, and so. A lot of times these big wines can overpower a female palate, and if we make a wine that has some elegance and some balance and it appeals to the fairer sex, then we all win, right?
I'm listening. I'm fascinated.
Yeah, so that's what we're trying to do.
Do I even ask you about legalization of marijuana since it's happened here in Massachusetts?
It's been.
Is this a good thing? It's a bad thing? You guys live with it.
It's been legal in Oregon and Washington now for a few years, and I can say that I don't think I've seen culturally any change.
I hope you're hearing this.
Yeah, culturally, I haven't seen any change. I know we were all kind of up in arms about it out over there, but ultimately it seems to be more regulated and safer and all of that. Plus, there's some tax revenue. I mean, to be honest, it was being there were transactions happening all over the place and no tax dollars.
Yeah, hard to believe it.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks. This is great.
Always great to catch up with you. It's so fun to come back out here and spend time in my old stomping grounds. And
as long as you don't have to spend too much time here, it's okay.
It's great.
Good to get back on that plane.
Yeah, we'll always go back home. Home's always home, but this was our second home, and it's great to come back out and visit.
Okay, here it is. What do we want to call? How do we want to label this?
This is Doubleback Cabernet. If people want to find it, you can go to doubleback.com.
Yeah.
We since my lobbying efforts were successful, we can actually ship wine to the state as well. As well as buying it here at Whole Foods.
Who would say no to you?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
My wife.
And probably for good reason.
Absolutely.
Drew Bledsoe, number 11, Patriots great. Greatest quarterback I ever saw for the New England Patriots.
Right on.
For the time that he played. Thanks very much for being with us.
You could have just stopped at the greatest ever.
No, I should have. He can cut that out.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, thanks.